Hi everyone, welcome back to our podcast. I'm Hanan.
Hi, I'm Qaseh.
And I'm Fahmida. Today we are talking about something that I think all of us are struggle with at some point in our life, which is procrastination.
You know that moment when you tell yourself, I'll do it later, and then later somehow never comes?
Or it comes with panic, stress, and suddenly 3 cups of coffee.
Yeah, exactly, and this habit is often called tomorrow syndrome.
Tomorrow syndrome refers to the tendency to delay tasks even though we are aware that it can lead to negative consequences like stress, poor performance, and anxiety.
And the interesting thing is that procrastination is not just being lazy.
There's actually a lot of psychology behind it.
So in this episode, we are going to talk about what procrastination really is, why we do it, how it can affect us emotionally, and how it can impact our self-image.
And hopefully, by the end of this video, you guys will understand yourself a little bit better.
And maybe stop leaving everything for tomorrow.
So let's start with the basics. Procrastination is when someone intentionally delays doing a task, even though they know that delaying it might lead to negative outcomes.
Like stress, panic, low grades, or even feeling disappointed on yourself.
In academic life, procrastination is super common. Assignment, presentation, and quizzes, it feels like everything can wait.
That's why it's often called tomorrow syndrome.
Is it because we always say, I'll do it tomorrow?
But tomorrow keeps moving.
Suddenly, it's the night before the deadline,
You're tired.
You're stressed.
and you're questioning all your life choices. One of the biggest reasons people procrastinate is emotional discomfort.
Yeah, some tasks just don't require any effort, so they come with emotions.
Like fear, anxiety, pressure, and self-doubt.
For example, if you're scared that you won't do well on an assignment, you might avoid starting it.
Because I think that starting means that people think it's possibility of failure and they're afraid of doing that.
And nobody likes that feeling.
According to the Macro Center for Teaching and Learning, many students delay tasks as a way to avoid these uncomfortable emotions.
So procrastination becomes a form of emotional escape for some people.
It makes you feel better, but only for temporarily.
But when the deadline gets closer, the stress becomes even worse.
The task also feels so bigger.
More overwhelming.
So, procrastination is not really about time management.
So it's not about emotional management.
We are trying to avoid feeling bad, but we end up making things harder for ourselves.
Another reason we procrastinate is how our brain is wired.
According to James Clear, humans actually prefer instant reward.
That's why we choose scrolling on social media, watching videos, or chatting with friends over studying.
Because those things make us feel good immediately.
Studying or preparing for our presentations only pays off in the future.
So our brain chooses comfort now, responsibility later.
For example, you sit down to revise.
And then suddenly, your phone becomes so interesting.
Or you decide to clean your room.
Or you lie down for 5 minutes, which turns into 1 hour.
So actually, this activity will feel so productive and so much relaxing.
But they delay meaningful progress.
This is why procrastination happens. Short-term pleasure feels more attractive than long-term success.
Interestingly, procrastination is not always bad.
Some research suggests that delaying a task can sometimes help with creativity.
especially for complex decision or creative making.
Taking time to think can lead to better ideas.
But this only works when the delay is intentional and controlled.
So, what's the real problem? The real problem is actually a chronic procrastination.
Which is what tomorrow syndrome is about.
Chronic procrastination is linked to higher stress, poorer academic performance, and lower mental well-being.
Remember guys, it's okay to pause, but not to avoid it.
Over time, procrastination can affect how people see themselves.
Just keep to your head that when we keep delaying the task, we start feel guilty about it.
And frustrated.
Then, when we don't perform well, our confidence drops.
And eventually, it makes us avoid more about the task.
This becomes a cycle.
A really unhealthy one.
So, eventually, people will think that they are lazy or undisciplined.
But the real problem is emotional avoidance.
This negative self-image makes it harder to break the habit.
So, how we do deals with this tomorrow syndrome?
First, by understanding that procrastination is human.
It doesn't mean you're a failure.
Breaking tasks into smaller steps can help.
Setting realistic goals.
And also, a good idea is also rewarding yourself for the progress that you've been making for.
And being kind to yourself instead of shaming yourself.
So in conclusion, tomorrow syndrome is not about being lazy.
It's about emotional discomfort, fear of failure, and how the brain works.
Occasional procrastination can be harmless.
But chronic procrastination affects productivity, mental health, and confidence.
Ha! The key is awareness.
And self-compassion.
Small steps matter.
And remember, progress matters.
And you are not alone.
Thank you for listening.
Remember guys also that don't leave everything for tomorrow.
Bye!
Bye.
Duck say, I'll start after one scroll. One scroll becomes 10. Duck deep in goose drama thread. 2 hours gone. Duck finally stand up. Pick up one twig. Brain say, wait, first clean feathers. Duck polish every feather, even the ones under wings. Duck sit back down. Brain say, actually hungry. Duck eat pea snack. Then another. Then suddenly reorganize entire pebble pile by color, size, and so on. Sun going down. Nest still just one twig. Duck panic. Flap around. Do everything except nest. Writes list called how to build nest. Doesn't build nest. Duck say, I work best under pressure. So waits until the night before storm. Builds full nest and manic feather rage. Eyes twitching. Pea snack crumbs everywhere. Nest done. Duck exhausted. Duck swear never again. Tomorrow, does it again. Wise frog says, procrastination isn't lazy. It's fear wearing a disguise. Start with one twig, not the whole nest. Duck sigh. Place one twig. Feels lighter. Still late, still distracted, still a good duck.